Welcome to the HMG Executive Leadership Spotlight, where we showcase the best global business technology executives demonstrating innovation, driving disruption, reimagining and reinventing the enterprise, the customer journey, new business models, and new go-to-market opportunities in a safe and secure enterprise. And now, here's our host, Hunter Muller, founder and CEO of HMG Strategy.
Welcome to the HMG Spotlight. We're here with Eric Christopher, CEO and co-founder of Zylo. Hey, Eric, welcome to today's program.
Hunter, thanks. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Great to see you. Hey, talk to us a little bit about SaaS and why SaaS is becoming so important for the overall enterprise architecture. Anything that a tech leader is working on right now touches SaaS, right?
Absolutely. I think we've been in this kind of world of software has been eating the world, if you remember that, for a long time. And that was, I don't know if that was 10 or even 15 years ago, but the idea that, we're automating and we're using software to do a lot of things. And certainly in the last couple of years, and especially most recently with us all living in a virtual world, relying on technology, first and foremost, SaaS, software as a service, is the delivery model of today and the future of every company that's innovating, and software is being adopted at an incredible rate, and businesses are relying on it to connect, especially in this virtual world. So, just in general, I think software and SaaS has really become has moved from just something that has enabled employees to do work to a requirement, and it's how you do. It's the first and the last and everything in between of everything you're doing your job is in software. So SaaS is as important as your office space, as your employee premiums and benefits that you're paying for, training enablement. SaaS is everything now.
Eric, talk to us about Zylo, what you're all about, your vision for Zylo, and what's the problem in the enterprise that you're looking to work on?
So you have an opportunity in the organization to really understand, every business application, every SaaS application vendor you're using, and use that to drive your strategy. And up to this point, there hasn't been a platform or a focused approach to software to centralizing the visibility. So the pain points are, visibility and optimization for costs, and also optimization to reduce risks.
So when you think of the hybrid workplace, do you think it's here to stay? And how will it affect the overall enterprise architecture in SaaS?
I think the important thing is for organizations to really have a software and people strategy first and foremost, how you communicate, where data lives, what best of breed applications, and then you can apply that to whatever is right for your company, whether that's hybrid or full in office or fully remote. But regardless, we're all in software.
When you think of Zylo, do you have a market and an industry sweet spot?
It's really larger companies that have an expense, first and foremost, where they're spending enough annually on software that you need people and prior to manage it. It's actually hitting, kind of bottom line and impacts. And then also, we're a software company, so we certainly need users and people that are focused in driving success with our platform. So we need leaders in a dedicated CIO and IT operations or software asset management team, or maybe even in finance, people like in procurement that are managing vendor relationships. So for us, we see companies that are the high growth SaaS companies themselves, 1,000 employee to 5,000 that were born in the cloud and everything they use is SaaS. And then all the way to the largest enterprises of the world that have, established software asset management practices, but are shifting very rapidly to the cloud and need, something to manage their SaaS vendors.
So what are the SaaS trends that you're seeing now in the market, and what's the future look like?
There's so many successful companies right now that are employee-led software purchasing. I think Zoom is such a great example. I love stating the statistic that in the S1, every single $100,000 customer at that time started out as a single user free trial. And the idea that enterprise software would be only bought by executive evaluation and then top down is gone. There'll still be instances with that, but most companies now are moving to consumption-based pricing models and ways to kind of start small and go up. You think of Twilio, you think of Datadog, you think of Snowflake, you think of Slack. They all start small and go big, and that's the future. IT will have to work in with the business and partner with many people in the organization to manage the complexity of hundreds or thousands of vendors in an organization.
When you think of the role of the CIO being more critical than ever in SaaS management, what do you think of?
I think of security and costs have always been a big, it's been a priority for the CIO. Security and then the idea of making sure that employees are have the tools they need to do their jobs. So you start thinking of employee experience. Employee experience over the last year has gone from, I think, where the CIO would be responsible for that, and it would kind of be a secondary concern of the CEO. I think now it's a number one concern. So I think the criticality of having a strategy on software and how employees are using software, everything from every single role in the company, what's their kind of best of breed stack applications, why are sales reps successful, why are engineers successful. That's the future, is that employees and the software they use, that kind of combination is what's going to separate high functioning, high performing organizations. So I think the criticality, security is constant, still always will be a concern, where your data lives, employee productivity and experience, managing costs. But the idea of that kind of future of the office employee experience, making sure employees are effective, is where everything is headed.
Interesting. When the pandemic hit at HMG, we focused in on leading courageously, leading fearlessly, fearless reinvention, reinventing the customer experience, the internal customer experience, and the external customer experience, and the complete go-to-market, new business models, new ideas. So in essence, rethinking this role of the CIO, and I think that's what you're suggesting.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's in the kind of what I've seen over the 5 years that we've been doing this is the majority of CIOs and IT leaders that I talk to now are embracing the idea that their job is to be a steward of the technology and leverage the business and kind of follow the data, follow where people are finding success, and then come in and be an advisor and help, if they're going to pick application strategies and things like that. It's no longer the idea that IT is responsible for having all of the information to make the right decisions. And so I think that's an exciting area to be in IT. Is I think in a lot of ways the CIO and IT are moving from the back office to the front office, and now you can actually tie, for example, good software usage and performance and collaboration to revenue performance versus just making sure your ticketing volume is down for completing employee complaints or something like that, right? That's always going to be a core thing, but now it's really more tied to performance.
Eric, I want to thank you for coming on today's HMG Spotlight. Great job. Congratulations with an incredibly successful company at Zylo, and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to more time in the future with you.
We hope you found this episode of HMG's Executive Leadership Spotlight beneficial. The HMG Global Network, a network of 400,000 technology leaders and a media platform that delivers more than 1 million impressions per week, is a valuable source of insight, continuous learning, and peer-to-peer research based on the insights and experiences of world-class, top-tier technology executives. Leverage the HMG network. Go to hmgstrategy.com to find out more.